See, Indian Navy has been operating these drones. They fall in the category of the HALE, that is high altitude, long endurance drones. So we realized there is a need for having these drones for better surveillance and increased maritime domain awareness. So we had taken 2 of these on lease from November 2020 onwards, and since then we have been operating it. करीब 12,000 hours of operation have been undertaken. तो इससे हमारा काफ़ी experience हो गया, and we have understood the benefits and advantages of it. It has got the ability to keep large areas under surveillance. So I'll just show you on the map, if you can just come over. So if you just look at this map here, this is India and the Indian Ocean region. So it's a very large area. You have to keep almost it go as far as 2,500, 3,000 miles. To keep that area under surveillance for various requirements. That is, we need to know who's operating in these waters, क्या कर रहे हैं, किस लिए आए हुए हैं, and what is the what is their aim. So in peacetime we do ISR, that is intelligence, surveillance and recognition, and when there is a crisis or there is likely to be combat, etc., then there is a possibility of using it for detecting, tracking, and then and targeting also. So this this unmanned system, it has got long endurance, almost 33 hours it can stay in the air, and it can reach the far reaches of the ocean and areas that we want to keep under constant surveillance, which is not really possible by satellite or by just sending a PATI there. These drones are able to stay there for a longer duration and keep it under surveillance, and if somebody is transiting in these waters, we can continuously keep it under watch. So that is a big advantage, and we have now learnt quite a bit about its capability. We are satisfied with it, and that is why we have we are very keen that these are procured.
15 for the maritime role.
Yeah, for 15 for the maritime role. So what? How does it help in indigenization also? If you ask me, right now we don't have the technology for these HALE UAVs. They are the high-end category because of their endurance and altitude. They can fly at above 40,000 feet and so on. So by inducting these, I think the initial 10 will come in built in the US and come here. The rest will be here. So that will give us advantage of various technologies that can be that will be transferred. Technology in terms of the radar processing, the sensor fusion, then some of the composites that are part of the aircraft, then titanium alloy castings for the undercarriage, and so many other the payloads, integration of the weapons. When indigenous weapons are made, how do we integrate them into this? So many of these technologies are getting transferred, and since 21 aircraft are going to be assembled here, there will be a requirement for smaller companies, MSMEs and startups, etc., to participate in it and provide this. So it will provide an opportunity for the aerospace industries. And further, there's a MRO also being set up here. So therefore, engines, components of engines, repairs, and not just for what jo India mein whatever the India has bought, but also इस region में जितने भी HALEs हैं, उनके सब predators हैं, उनके servicing वगैरह इधर ही होगा. So it will generate a entire ecosystem and facilitate the transformation of India into a global say unmanned aerial system hub for innovation, like it was envisioned by our Honorable Prime Minister.
And it's going to
definitely. When we have this these drones, I'm talking about the maritime domain, but the least ones which we have are already providing surveillance effort for the Air Force, for the Army, and we have used it for keeping surveillance in the Indian Ocean on our adversaries. It has helped in anti-narcotics operation. It has been interfaced with our fleet. So a lot of benefits, and the one we are using right now has got much less capability. So the ones we are going to procure, they will have much better payloads, more payloads. It will have not just the maritime patrol radar and the AIS and UIR. It will have UIR laser. It will have synthetic aperture radar. It will have comment, ELINT, and it will be hardened. It will have collision avoidance systems. It can operate, multi RPAs in the same domain. Then ability to operate in aerospace where there is airspace where there is other civilian traffic, etc. So a lot of advantages will be there in that, and that will really be a